What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw report. Before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff in the book. Uh, I'm here to break down, talk about Raw, which it was a show. It was 3 hours. It was there. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was there. Uh, let's get in. Oh man, it wasn't that bad. It has its ups and it had its downs. There was some good stuff in there, and then there was just a lot of stuff that was just like, okay, all right. That's how Raw was, and I guess that's how Raw is all the time. There was no Oscar for some weird reason. There's 3 whole hours of Raw, and there was no Oscar. There's no Raw Women's Champion, which makes no sense to me. But I digress, I guess. So Raw opens with Fire theme by NF. Still love that theme. Randy Orton comes up. This stuff was good. This was good stuff. Randy Orton pretty much was just talk about what happened 8 days ago. 8 days he became WWE champion. 8 days he became the 14th world. He became WWE champion for his 14th time. Um, and he just goes on pretty much says that like he's no longer the best of the best. He says he is the best in the WWE. He says that he's better. 8 days ago, he became better than the Undertaker, John Cena, Triple H, Ric Flair, um, Shawn Michaels, and especially Drew McIntyre. He said he is no longer the legend killer, but he is now, in fact, the legend. And nobody scares him, not Bray Wyatt, not anybody on the roster. So he pretty much says, I dare anybody in that locker room to come out here and try to take this from me. And then Alexa Bliss's music comes out. I was like, all right, Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. Let's get this WWE Championship on the way. Let Alexa Bliss be WWE Champion. It's about to be fire. When she goes in, and like in my brain I was like, yo, this was like 2000, 2004 to 2008 Randy Orton. As soon as she would have stepped in that ring, he would have RKO'd the life out of her. But instead, 2020, Randy Orton somehow got a little bit soft, just a little bit. Alexa Bliss goes in the ring. She just stands there. Randy Orton's looking around. It was, oh, he's here. Oh, where he at? Where he at? And then she just goes like this, and it has words on her arm, on her glove. It has words, and it's like that. She says something. It's not. It wasn't let him in, but she said something like he's here or something like that. And then the music plays, and then he's going all over the place. Music stops. He turns around. Claymore to the face. He was like, "Yeah, this is mine. This is mine. Championship. I'm gonna make your life a living hell. I know you don't want to face me, so I'm gonna make your life a hell until you do. I be WWE champion." And then he's about to leave. Then Miz and Morrison comes out from the ramp or from the barricade. They come out and he's about to cash it in. Drew McIntyre's look behind him. It's like he has cashed in his money in the bank. And then out of nowhere, boom, Drew McIntyre attacks all of them, throws Morrison out the way, Claymore. And he was just like, I'm sorry, but if anybody's going to be Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, me. So technically, he didn't cash in because the bell never rang. And everybody's laid out. This was fantastic. Um, and then even after that, the Miz did a promo after, just fired up, saying how selfish it is for Drew McIntyre. It was like he lost. Like why is he uh, trying to spoil the fun of everybody else? He had his chance. He lost. Yeah, it took him 19 years. That's not anybody else's problem. He lost fair and square. Let other people try to have a chance to win. Try to get the title. And John Morrison, like every time he would say something, John Morrison was just like, fact, fact. And then he was like, and then John Morrison was pretty much said that we challenge him to a 2-on-1 handicap match if he has the goals to do it. This whole segment was fire from beginning to end. I loved all of it. I love the added addition of Alexa Bliss in there. Like she's just killing this whole segment. She feels like a big star. I feel like she might be the one to take the title from Asuka. If it would be anybody, it might be her with her new type of gimmick. We'll talk about her a couple more times during this show. The more Alexa Bliss, the better. Love it. Next up, oh, it's the Elias on the pole match. Funny part, you know, the announcer Mike Rome, he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias," like he normally does, and then Elias gets on the mic. He goes, "Hello, I am Elias," and then Samoa Joe just on comment goes, "He already said that." Pretty funny. But this match and the segment, he just pretty much was talking about how Universal Truth is like number one. Jeff Hardy, he's gonna beat up Jeff Hardy, but first we have I'm gonna give you guys a song from my number one album, Universal Truth, the acoustic version, which is Amen. Which I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of wanted to hear it because that song is kind of fire. But he gets like not even halfway into it. Jeff Hardy's music comes in, and then they have a match, guitar on the pole match. Uh, it was a match. It was there. Jeff Hardy, got Twisted Fate on Elias. Got up, got the guitar. Boom! Al Capone smashed guitar on Elias. Jeff Hardy wins. Yay! So even though everybody has a big push on Elias and there's high hopes for Elias, Elias can't even get out of the gates with Jeff Hardy. So as Byron Sexton says on commentary, hopefully this match is the end. This is final. No more Jeff Hardy and Elias because it's trash and it made no sense anyway. Uh, Next up, for the for the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles, Shayna and uh, Naya, that's her name, Shayna and Naya, who has Naya's music, but they both have like their own Tron type thing, against Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. That's their names. I'm so sorry. Uh, this match was decent enough. Lana came out for whatever reason, tried to cost Shayna and Nia the tag team championships. I think. Oh, I just remember this. Okay, so Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce did like a little picture to picture saying that Lana isn't gonna even make it to Survivor Series after they're done with them. She's just gonna be put through another table. In my mind, I'm like, why did you split up the Iconics if you're just gonna have Peyton Royce in another freaking tag team anyway? You could have had the Iconics still as a tag team in that tag team title picture, and then you could have had Lacey Evans in the main event scene or in the women's title scene with Asuka. Could have had her. You could have had them. You could have had not Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. Could have Nikki Cross. I don't even know where Naomi is. Like I don't know what's going on with the women's division. But for the stuff that they did good stuff. And then Lana kept trying to get in the way, and in the end, Shayna tapped out Dana Brooke for the win. And I was like, oh, look at that. She's not going to be put through a table. Yeah. Oh, me of little faith. We'll talk about that later. This match was fine. It was good stuff while it lasted. I don't know why Lana got involved, but she did. Um, Next up, um, Orton did a promo. I don't know what it was about. Probably about that he's going to get comeuppance on Drew McIntyre. That would be my guess if I had. Next up, R Truth comes out. I was like, oh, R Truth. I was like, oh, is he about to fight like Drew Gulak or Akira Tozawa? And then the lady said, Mackenzie was like, oh yeah, you're about to have a match against Bobby Lashley that you requested. I was like, why in the world? Why would Truth do that? And then Truth was like, No, Bobby Boucher from the Water Boy. And I was like, oh, you poor boy. Oh no, this is not going to be good for you. And he was like, yeah, no, he's not here, but you're gonna have a match with Bobby Lashley. He was like, Bobby Lashley, like Nelson on that Lashley. He's like, and then Bobby Lashley comes out. This I should have hated this, but this was just it was just like funny only because like R-Truth was like, hey, look, you're champion, I'm champion. We don't need to do this. He's like, here, I got you. And then Truth just lays down. He's like, just pin me. And then Bobby was like, no, get up. I want to put you in this. He's like, no, you don't got to put me in it. Just pin me. Just pin me. Get up. He's like, no, just pin me. He's like, I want to put you in a hurt lock. He's like, no, you don't have to put me in a hurt lock. So he tries to pick him up. R-Truth kicks him in the face. He gets a couple of swings in. And then, of course, boom, power slam, power choke slam, hurt lock, game over. Bobby Lashley wins. And then Drew Gulak comes out with the referee. He's about to pin him. And then Bobby looks at him and is like, no, beat you up too. Hurt lock. And in my mind, I was like, oh, Bobby Lashley is about to just win the 24/7 championship. He about to be Bobby Two Pelts. Oh, okay, we're lit out here in the streets. But no, he just throws him on top of Drew Gulak. And then he wins. So Drew Gulak's new 24/7, and then he's about to leave. And then he turns back. He goes back in there. I was like, oh, he's about to put him in the hurt lock himself. Oh, Bobby's about to be double straps Bobby, and he's about to hold both titles forever. I was like, oh, we're lit in the streets. It's about to be something different. Nah, he just stood there and then went to commercial. All right. This was actually some of the better stuff that they've done with the 24/7 championship. Uh, I like the little comedy between R-Truth and Bobby Lashley. Like, no, I want to put you in this. Get up so I can put you in this move. And then R-Truth like, no, you don't need to put me in that. No, just pin me. We don't need to do that. And then he just beats him up. Um, Unfortunately, next week they're going to do some weird thing that has Truth get his title back. But for tonight, that segment that they did with the whole thing was good. It kept up Bobby Lashley as dominant, big, strong, dominant champion. Showed a little bit of personality, and continued to feud with Drew and R-Truth. Good stuff. Low key, I wouldn't mind a Drew Gulak versus Bobby Lashley match, even if it's like 5 minutes. It'll probably be like 1 minute, but whatever. Next thing, uh, any Danny notebooks. Gotta look at the notes sometimes. Nia says not. Oh, Nia Jax does an interview with Mackenzie, and she's about to talk to her about Lana, and then and Nia just hilariously just goes, "Don't you even?" He's like, "I don't want you to even mention Lana's name while I'm out here. Actually, don't even think about Lana's name while I'm out here. I don't want you to be in the. I don't want Lana hear Lana's name at all. Lana thinks she could come out here and try to cost me my title, and then she like talks over her like she doesn't deserve to be in this in the Survivor Series match. I'll tell her, and then Mackenzie just says 2 words. Don't even mention her name. It's like, but she came out. I told you not to say her name. Lana just don't understand how it is. That was funny. Like she telling her not to say Lana's name, but she said Lana. She kept saying Lana's name. She's like, after this, she won't even be uh, walking, or she won't make it to Survivor Series. And I'm just gonna get to that match. It was a one-on-one match. Shayna and Nia came out. Shayna already starts to put the announce table apart. Lana comes out. Uh, Lana gets murdered throughout the whole match. I think she got like 3 kicks in. Maybe that was about it. She kept doing the 1, 2, and I got you. No, come on. You think you the joint? You think you the joint? Yeah. And then she headbutts her. 1, 2, no. What? You think you're a big girl? You think you a big girl? Samoan drop 1, 2, 3. They're about to leave. Uh, Shayna, I think we forgot to put Lana through the table because we did it 6 times. We have to make it 7 times now. So we got it. So she goes down there. Shayna throws her out the ring. Samoan drop through the table. Trash. Next up, what was not trash? Well, no, this was actually pretty decent. This is decent enough stuff. AJ Styles comes out. He's like, I am the leader. I am the leader of this Team Raw. I'm gonna bring out Sheamus, and then Sheamus comes out. He's like, and big man Keith Lee. They both come out, and AJ Styles is just dancing. He's getting his groove on and stuff like that. It's hilarious. And then Keith Lee was like, "Oh, what? Just because you got big man over there, you think you deserve to be team captain? I don't know who you think you is, but you I don't know about Sheamus, but I don't think neither one of us said that you team captain." And AJ was like, "Hey, you shut up. You over there, shut up. Sheamus, tell him what it is. Tell him what it is." And then Sheamus was like, "Actually, I kind of agree with him. Just because you got big man over there, don't mean that that you're the team captain." He was like, Sheamus said, he was like, just because you just finally made it out the minor leagues and came to the big leagues. It's like I've been running WWE for decades, for maybe a decade. It's like I'm the one that has the longevity. I'm the one that should be team captain if anybody with my resume speaks for itself. He's like, "Oh, you not team captain. You not none of y'all team captain. I'm team captain." And then Braun Strowman run comes out. He's like, if anybody should be team captain, that should be me. He's like, yeah, you should know because my resume. Oh, and then Keith Lee was like, what kind of resume did you like? We all qualified. You just out here like just didn't do anything. He's like, you want to hear my resume? I've been all the Survivor Series matches. I've been in all of them, and I've won all of them. I've been all the ones I won. He's like, I won matches. I beat all of you. Matter of fact, I beat you 2 weeks ago. Braun! Cleanly, too. Braun! And Adam Pearce comes out, and he was like, well, time out. Did you say, he said, who said, what in the blue? He said, who in the bluest of blue hell lied to you saying that you beat me last time I remember that you kicked me in the dick to win? He was like, I won one. He was like, 1, 2, Braun! And Keith Lee said he wants to match with him. Sheamus is like, hey, just step aside, Junior. I won't match. I won't match, fella, with him. Braun says, I'll take all of you. And then AJ Styles was like, I got an idea. I have Braun be in a triple threat match with all of them. And if he wins, I got it. He wins. Then he joins the team. Yeah, good idea, right? And then Adam Pearce is like, yeah, that's a great idea. Happens. And I'm like, but why don't you just have him face like somebody weak? Why don't you just have him face like, I don't know, a weakened Jeff Hardy or something like that? Why would you have him face them? You just give him an easy win, boom, he's part of the team. Idiots. That makes no sense. And then when they come back, on commentary was like, why did I do this? I was like, they're gonna beat each other up. They're gonna murder each other. Oh, they gotta save some room for them for SmackDown. We gonna win. Look at these big guys. We got Braun Strowman, we got Keith Lee, we got Sheamus, and we got me. Phenomenal AJ Styles. It's like that's all you need right there. Win easily, but then they in this match. It's a great match by the way that I did, but they're gonna kill each other. And it was a really good match for the big men. They beating up Braun Strowman. They beat up each other. In the end, Braun Strowman tried to kick Keith Lee in the nuts again. Wasn't having it. He caught him. He's about to hit him with the power. Oh, there was the Tower of Doom spot where um, Braun was going to superplex Keith Lee, or superplex Sheamus. Keith Lee got Parmesan position, picked him up. Impressive. And then slammed them all to the ground. Keith Lee also did a scary tope suido over the flip thing. He did that, which was good stuff. It was scary, but he landed on him, so that was good stuff. The only small bit of high flying offense we saw from Keith Lee. I wish they would have did more with him, since there are two bigger guys that probably would have worked well with him doing like his high spots. But we got a little bit. I guess that's all we can ask. Maybe at Survivor Series he'll show more off. But Keith Lee was about to powerbomb Braun Strowman, bro kick to his face, and then power slam to Sheamus 1, 2, 3. And then AJ Styles was like, yes, it's finally over. They don't have to kill each other. And then he goes in the ring. He was like, hey, everybody, shake hands. Shake hands right now. You two, hey, big man. He's on the team. He wins. Fair square. Shake his hand. Hey, whatever y'all do after Survivor Series, it's not, we got to win. Shake hands. So Braun Strowman's like, you don't like me, I don't like you. Well, this is for Team Raw, we're going to shake hands. And then they shake each other's hand. It was like, yes, yeah. AJ Styles was happy. Yeah, I'll shake hands. That's all. Hey, Sheamus, you got you. Hey, whatever y'all do after is all right. But right now, shake hands. And then he's like, shake my hand. He's like, I'm not going to shake your hand. And he pushes him. He pushes his hand out the way. And he gives him a hug. And then me and Keith Lee both had the same people like. And then AJ Styles was like, yeah, hug each other. That's what I'm talking about. And then Sheamus, boom, bro kicks Braun Strowman. AJ Styles was like, what in the blue Jesus world going on around here? And then Keith Lee like knocks out Sheamus, and then AJ Styles drop kicks Keith Lee out the way. He was like, oh, come on, man. We're so close. Look how good we are. You see look at that. Yeah, me, big man Braun, big man Sheamus, and big man Keith Lee. Come on, we just need one more guy. And this is easy win for us. And y'all just can't get along. Come on, man. Oh, get it together. And then it's over. Yeah, that was good stuff. I enjoyed it. I liked the match. I like that even though nobody wants AJ Styles to be captain, team captain, AJ Styles is the one that's like really trying to put everybody together. Like, come on, we can do this. Like, you see this team, we're stacked. Like, we can win. And then all big men just got their egos out the way and stuff like that. So that's pretty decent stuff. I kind of like that. Next up, Angel Garza did a weird Latino Heat knockoff with the Rose and the special. It was stupid. Um, Next up, Drew McIntyre. He did his own promo. Was talking about nobody's gonna beat Randy Orton besides him, so it doesn't matter who it is. Drew McIntyre wants to be WWE champion again, so he could go on face Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. It could be Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Oh, that'd be a killer match. And then he was like, "So Fiend, you gotta wait in line, step aside, wait your turn." And then Kayla was like, "Well, what about the Miz and Morrison?" He was like, "Oh yeah, him too. Yeah, I'm gonna challenge. They're gonna beat them. Yeah, whatever." Pretty much how he added it. I already talked about the man. Yep. Next up, Firefly Funhouse. This is great stuff. There was a swear jar. Rambling Rabbit out here putting money in the jar. And Husky Piz is like, oh, what's up with this guy? And I'm like, let me get all the money in that jar. So they come back and they're talking about the three most dangerous letters in WWE. And Huxley the Pig was like, PIG? And it was like, no, silly. Alexa, no, silly. And they were like, RKO. And it was like, hey. Um, and then Abby Witch was like, Randy Orton could go fuck himself. He was like, Randy Orton could go fuck himself. And then Alexa Bliss was like, hey, that's not very nice. You can't be cursing on here. And she said, you can go fuck yourself too. Good stuff. Hilarious. And it was like, oh, Abby. It was like, but and they do the thing what happened with Randy Orton. And it was like, but that's all water in the bridge. Now we forgive. And then he stops. And they go all the emotions with Randy Orton, the burning of the house, and all of the screaming and all that stuff, and Randy Orton, all that good stuff. And he just gets real serious. He's like, he never forgets. And then he was like, but then Alexa Bliss was like, hey, I was like, I want to show you guys a new trick I learned. He was like, hey, can I help get some help from my assistant? And she goes, yeah, of course. And then he just puts his face over her with the heel, and then her tongue looks like Twizzler mouth, but I guess it's supposed to be blood, or her tongue is supposed to be bleeding, but it's like Twizzler mouth, and her eyes are like below red. And then Bray Wyatt goes, oh shit! And that's the end of the segment. That was good stuff. By the way, she said that 10 cents goes in the swear jar for Abby. And then Bray said, then when he swore against it, that's 25 cents now. It was like, how did it go from? I was like, Dad. It's like they just inflated 5 cents. And then Bray Wyatt also owes 25. Had to put in a dime for his swear. He said the S word. Ooh, nothing, nothing, nothing. Hurt business. It's in the VIP lounge. They pretty much talk about they handled retribution. So now Bobby Lashley's going to handle what's his face, Sami Zayn. He said he keeps running their mouth. It's not going to be a long match. And then he was like, well, when we're done, we said that when we're done hurting now, we said we're going to get paid in gold. So our gold is now Raw Tag Team Championships. And New Day come out. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Boom, boom. And this segment between those two was, oh my god, it was so great. They were taking jabs at each other. It was like, yeah, Bobby Lashley, you've been around. You know, there's a whole bunch of legends or great guys back there. You've been, Bobby. You know, you've been around for so long. It was like back when I was in school, but I had to sneak up to watch you. And Kofi Kingston was like, "Why you had to do that?" It was like, "Oh, because I had to study for a test the next day. My bad." You know, late time seeing Big Bob Lash. And Kofi Kingston was like, "Yeah, yeah, you've been around a long time." It was like you accomplished a lot. Hey, MVP, you done some accomplishments as well. And it was like Shelton Benjamin as well. You did some accomplishments. He's like Cedric. They're like, you know, you're gonna get there eventually one day. You know, some day like that. And then Big Show, MVP was just like, "Oh, ha, fun and games, ha. That's what you guys are." He's like, "That's why you guys are all a joke. There's nothing serious about you guys. When they put you in front of them, they're gonna beat them up." And Kofi Kingston is like, "Oh, you know, it's funny." He's like, he's like, "You think you could beat us?" He was like, "We are 10-time WWE Tag Team Champions." He was like, "Well," and they made a joke between, like, "Is it 10 or 9?" Because there's a kind of thing that they did when we swapped it and people are saying they didn't count, but it's a 10 or 9. And then Kofi was like, and then Woods was like, let's just make it a 10, even 10. He was like, okay, even 10. And then Woods was like, we beat the Dudleys, which was hilarious. But Bobby Lashley was, or Kofi Kingston was like, yeah, I've won more titles than all y'all combined. Uh, Multiple time United States champion. He's like United States champion. Was multiple times. Tag team champion multiple times. Intercontinental champion multiple times. Oh, and by the way, a title that none of you in there, including the almighty Bobby Lashley, has held, the WWE World Championship. Singular time. That was good stuff. And then MVP was like, "Yeah, that was he was like, "Yeah, you know, I was really proud of you and I was happy that you won it." But how did that work out for you? Yeah, didn't Brock Lesnar beat you in like 8 seconds? Ooh, and it was like, I was like, I know they was it was called the hurt business, but ooh, he's like, I didn't know they was hurting feelings too. You know, that's okay because I heard Lana said that 8 seconds is all Bobby Anno can last over here. And MVP got serious. He was like, "Yeah, all fun and games, but it's all about us. We're about the hurt business. We're gonna put the hurting on you." And it was like, "You can't do that. We're the best. You know why? Because." And MVP, no, he was like, "You know why?" MVP was like, "Nobody gets you." And the Kobe screamed, "Because!" And they did the new Rocks thing. And then the match itself was really good. I feel like they were just getting used to each other for this one time. But what they did was really good, and this sets them up for the encounter that they're going to probably have later down the road. Hurt Business gets this good W that they needed. New Day didn't need the win at all. New Day, you know, they're again, like they said, 10-time tag team champions. They can lose this match to Hurt Business, put them over, and then when the time is right, like if they're going to continue being tag team champions, you know, they can get that dub in there. But this was a good match. Right team won. Good stuff was in there. Happy for them. Her business clean sweep tonight. Good stuff for them. Um, Next up, was this next? No, Nikki tries to talk to Alexa Bliss. She was telling her that the Fiend's gotten to her. She's not answering her phone call. She's trying to tell her to answer her. She turns it around. Alexa Bliss has the red glowy eyes, and Nikki Cross is scared. Next up is I see Ricochet's music. I was like, okay, Ricochet's out here. And then I see Tucker without a shirt. I was like, Tucker got no shirt on? I was like, okay. And then Ali comes out. I was like, okay. And then Ricochet beat Tucker in like 3 seconds. I was like, oh, okay. So much for Tucker's push. And then as soon as that happens, Ali comes out with his minions, and then they all surround the ring. T-Bar comes from the back, throws Ricochet out the ring, starts beating up on Tucker, takes him out with the big double choke slam thing, and then Ali tells Slapjack to get Ricochet. He was like, he pretty much was like, you know what you did, justice will be served to you, and then they beat up Ricochet. And so, I mean, I guess this is a start. I guess it's a start. I don't know what happened. I don't know what Ricochet did. Maybe he beat him on main event a couple of times too much for Ali. Maybe he was with Ali and then he just left Ali. I really don't know what's going on. Oh, maybe I don't know. I can't even guess, but yeah, it was a thing. I guess it's a start. I don't know. Drew is about to get ready for his match. Sheamus comes out. They talk. I was like, hey, friends. They've still been great friends. Sheamus say, yo, it'd be great if you join teams Raw. As you saw earlier today, it's like a big mess. We could really use you. And Drew was just pretty much was like, yo, as much as I would love to, I think they called him like the Celtic Connection or the Scottish Connection or something like that, which was a dope tag team name. He just pretty much was like, yo, as much as I would love to, I really do, but my focus right now is beating Randy Orton and being champion again. And Sheamus was like, yo, no, I respect that, but if you ever need me, hey, give me a call if you ever need a fifth spot again. He said, oh, by the way, kick Miz's teeth down his throat and shove that briefcase off of Morrison's ass. Pretty much is what he said. And that's pretty much what Drew McIntyre did. This match was like 17 minutes, and maybe 15 minutes was Drew McIntyre putting a spanking on Miz and Morrison. It was still a decent enough match, but there was no danger for Drew McIntyre. 2-on-1, 1-on-1, 3-on-1. It doesn't matter. Drew McIntyre was still going to win, even if they did a 2-on-1 handicap match with both of them, tornado style inside the ring with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre would still win. There was some decent enough stuff with the Charlotte Pain close skull crushing finale. They did a couple of good double teams on McIntyre, but McIntyre dominated this whole match. Ends with Claymore to Miz's face. As soon as he gets in, boom, RKO to from Randy Orton. He looks at him and is like, yeah, my title, never get it again. And then Fiend laughs at the end, ha 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 ha. Randy Orton's looking around. End of Raw. Almost at end of SmackDown because it rhymed. End of Raw. So yeah, that was all good stuff. Um, I said this. I didn't say this loud, but I did say this to some of my friends when they mentioned about the fifth member. I was like, and I said, oh, it'd be cool if Drew would be the fifth member, just because Randy is gonna face what's in the face? He's gonna face Roman Reigns. And I think they're gonna wait for Drew versus Roman Reigns for like maybe next year or something like that. I feel like that they're gonna wait for that match at like next year's SummerSlam or probably next year's SummerSlam or something like that. They might build up to Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. If Drew does go back to goes to SmackDown, they probably swap him out for somebody big like I don't know, Seth Rollins or whoever like that. But yeah, that was all good stuff. So the main event scene for Randy Orton is getting good because it doesn't seem like now it's just Randy versus Drew McIntyre. Now it's Bray Wyatt has come in his fray. He lurked in there. Now Miz is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's creeping around in there just the same way when he won Money in the Bank. And a lot of people win Money in the Bank before. They win it. They get some. They trade their series, but they get some losses in there, and then they strike. So Miz is always dangerous in that regards. Maybe Jeff Hardy comes in the fray. AJ Styles is always big enough to be in that main event scene. So probably after like that's done. You have those three for now. You have Drew, Randy, Bray, and The Miz, and I guess Morrison, I guess is there too. You got them for now, and then after Survivor Series, you can add Jeff Hardy, you can add AJ Styles if you want to. You got Braun Strowman still there. You have Keith Lee who's there. Sheamus maybe can get in that mix too. So you have good enough options. And all those people who are in that big main event scene for Randy Orton, because I know probably Randy and Keith Lee still have some stuff together. I mean, the mid card is still fine with Bobby Lashley. Elias is in there. Hopefully, maybe Mustafa Ali can get in that. Can get in that. They're serious. Um, Maybe you can add Jeff Hardy if he's not doing anything with the main event scene. Maybe you can add Jeff Hardy. He can do the thing about AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy is they're good enough to flip flop. They can be good enough to be United States champion, or they're good enough to be in the main event WWE champion. They can do both because they're both superstars. So both men's and main roster like the US and the WWE title picture, those two can intertwine. Uh, New Day finally got something in the Hurt Business. You can also throw in Retribution if they're starting to get them right. T-Bar and Mace as a tag team, like a big dominant men tag team in that division, that could be good stuff. With Shelton Benjamin and uh, 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 Cedric Alexander in that mix and New Day. You got those three teams for now. That's fine. You can always add people. Riddick Moss and Raul Mendez, whatever his name is, the karate guy. You can put them in a tag team together. You still got Miz and Morrison who's there. So if they don't cash in, you still got them in the tag team division. So they're getting good, man. I'm just curious about this women's division, man. This is the division that I love the women's division. They're so good. There's so many talented women on there, but it's like as talented they are, it feels like they always just seem like they don't have anything for them, which is weird because they have the talent there. But I don't know. All in all, I'll give Raw a B minus. The show flowed decently. There was good stories in there. It felt like there's a little bit of intertwining with stories in there, but the women's all everything from the women's match stuff was there. The Elias Jeff Hardy stuff was there. The retribution with Ricochet and all that stuff was there. Um, I mean, it's semi decent for retribution, but it's like, ugh, it's there. But the main event scene and the stuff with New Day and Her Business, that's good stuff. Firefly Funhouse, all phenomenal stuff. And even a little thing with the 24/7 thing with R Truth and Drew Gulak and Bobby Lashley, that was good stuff too. But that's all. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.